So I'm sitting there, right? It's like 10 p.m. I'm in my pajamas that have a questionable stain on them, eating cereal for dinner. And I make the mistake. I open LinkedIn,
Oh no.
and there it is, the post I'm so thrilled to announce from someone I used to work with. And it's this huge, shiny new job at a company I've heard of. And my first thought, it wasn't good for them. It was this hot, immediate, sinking feeling in my gut. Just, pure cringe.
Ah, yes, that is the comparative flinch.
The what?
The comparative flinch. It's that involuntary full-body wince you get when you see someone else's highlight reel, and it feels like a direct comment on your blooper reel.
Right. My blooper reel is basically my entire camera roll versus the one photo I actually posted. Yeah, that tracks.
Exactly, because we're all sort of defaulted to this outside-in way of figuring out who we are. We're looking at external data to define our internal state.
Okay, but see, here's my issue. I know it's a highlight reel. Logically, my brain understands that. I know they didn't post the picture of them crying in their car after a bad meeting.
Right, it's bad data.
It's totally bad data. But my body doesn't know that. Biologically, I feel like an absolute loser. The logic doesn't stop the feeling.
Of course it doesn't, because you're fighting millions of years of evolution. There's a massive evolutionary mismatch happening in our brains.
Uh-huh.
I mean, think about it. For most of human history, we lived in tribes of, maybe 150 people? Your social standing in that small group was everything. If you were low status, you got fewer resources, you were less safe. Low status could literally mean death.
Whoa, okay.
So your brain is hardwired with this ancient software that screams, pay attention to what everyone else is doing, your survival depends on it. But that software was designed for a village. Now we're feeding it data from a global stadium of 150 million perfect people. Your brain just short circuits. It thinks the tribe has kicked you out because you didn't get enough likes.
So it's an endless short circuit. Great. It's exhausting.
It is. And it leads to this trap of building your identity on feedback. You start to think your worth is the sum of the comments and the job titles and the applause.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you build your house on the foundation of other people's approval, you're basically homeless the second they stop clapping.
God, that's so true. I went through this phase a couple years ago. I swear I was trying to optimize my hobbies. I tried to get into rock climbing, not because I like heights, I hate heights, but because I rock climb sounded like a cool, interesting thing to say about myself at parties.
You were performing a personality.
Totally. I was performing interesting, adventurous Millie instead of just being, anxious, likes to read Millie. It's so much work.
It's a full-time job with the worst boss ever, your own insecurity.
Exactly. The benefits are terrible. Okay, but for real, how do you actually stop? How do you actually get out of that loop? Because hearing just love yourself is the most useless piece of advice on the planet. It's like telling someone in a house fire to just be less on fire.
Right. It's a non-actionable platitude. Look, you can't really stop the comparison instinct. It's too deep. But you can change the data set.
Change the data set?
Yeah, an input detox. You consciously curate what you're feeding that ancient brain of yours. Unfollow the accounts that trigger the flinch. Mute the keywords. You can't stop your brain from comparing, but you can give it less toxic information to compare against.
That's more practical.
And then you shift the focus from the external scorecard, what everyone else thinks, to the internal scorecard. It's a Warren Buffett idea, actually.
Really?
Yeah. He asks, would you rather be the world's greatest lover but have everyone think you're the world's worst lover? Or would you rather be the world's worst lover but have everyone think you're the best? The internal scorecard is about knowing you're the best lover, even if no one else does. It's about asking yourself at the end of the day, did I do what I said I would do? Was I kind? Did I try hard? You become your own judge.
The internal scorecard. I like that. So it's less about fighting the urge to check the score and more about looking at a different scoreboard altogether.
Exactly. The external one is always going to be there, flickering in your peripheral vision. but you choose to make the internal one the one that matters, the one you play for.
So the goal isn't to never feel that jealous flinch again.
No, never. The goal is to feel it, and then be able to go, there's that old dumb software running again, and just let it pass, without letting it define your day or your worth.
Okay, I can do that. Although, ask me again tomorrow when I'm obsessively refreshing our listener and viewer stats. Okay, the internal scorecard makes sense for social media, where it's all passive. But what about when the comparison is active and direct, like a performance review at work? Your boss is literally sitting there comparing your work to a set of metrics, or even to your colleagues.
That's a brilliant point, because it feels like a mandatory external scorecard. And in that situation, you can't just ignore the data. The key is to separate the feedback from your identity. The feedback is about your performance, a thing you do. It's not a judgment on your worth, the person you are.
Data versus identity. We touched on that earlier. So if my boss says, your reports are consistently late, my caveman brain hears, you are a failure. But the internal scorecard approach would be to hear, I need to improve my time management for this specific task.
Precisely. It transforms the emotional threat into a practical problem to be solved. You take the valuable data from the external review and use it to improve the metrics on your internal scorecard. Was I better today than I was yesterday? Did I learn from that feedback? The focus shifts from what do they think of me to how can I grow?
It also seems to defuse the personal sting. If a coworker gets praise for something you're struggling with, instead of it being a zero-sum game where their win is your loss, it becomes an opportunity. What are they doing that I could learn from?
You've just hit on the core of a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset sees every situation as a test that proves your inherent abilities. A growth mindset sees it as a chance to develop them. Adopting that view is like a superpower. It makes you anti-fragile. Criticism and the success of others don't break you, they make you better.
So the real work is building that internal foundation so strongly that the external wins, whether it's a LinkedIn post or a performance review, can't knock the house down.
That's the lifelong project. The house is your sense of self, built on your values and your efforts. The feedback is just the weather, and you are not the weather.
I am not the weather. Wow, I really like that. I think I need to write that on a sticky note.
Do it. Stick it right on your monitor. Maybe put it directly over the spot where the view count usually is.
Okay, called out. But yeah, you're right, because if I don't look at the weather report every 5 minutes, I can actually just live in the house.
Exactly. It's about being secure enough in the house you build that you don't need to constantly check if the neighbors are impressed by the paint job.
That feels lighter. It feels like less pressure. I think I'm gonna go for a walk.
You know what? Me too. And before we sign off, to everyone listening right now, thank you. Thanks for letting us be part of your life. We know there are a million other things you could be scrolling through, so we really appreciate you spending this time here, in this window, with us.
Until then, go build that foundation and ignore the weather.